Tupelo, Mississippi and Fairfield, California wraps up pool play tonight at the 99th American Legion World Series. Welcome back to Keeter Stadium, everybody. The final game of our Sunday triple header will help set the stage for the semifinals. Tupelo, Mississippi will be playing at 4 o'clock tomorrow in the first semi. They've already won their division. Fairfield, California has already been eliminated from playoff contention, and yet this is an opportunity for the Expos to get a win to try to wrap up their season. Tupelo will take on Portland, Oregon at 4, Midland, Michigan, and Lincoln, Nebraska in a battle of the Midwest at 7. Those are the semis coming up tomorrow night. But for now, we welcome you back to our broadcast booth alongside the former big league righty Steve Woodard. I'm Evan Lepler, and Woody, we just saw something in that Portland, Michigan game that we thought we'd never see. We're talking about all sorts of crazy scenarios. Tonight, we can just sit back, relax, and enjoy a ball game with two entertaining clubs.
We can. Tupelo, Mississippi, they're already in. They're a very, very good team, and California would like to get out of here with a win.
Well, the Fairfield Expos looking to get the victory tonight. Before we start the game, let's honor America. The national anthem comes up right now.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now for those words you've all been waiting for.
Sunday Night Baseball here at the 2026 American Legion World Series. The Tupelo 49ers and the Fairfield Expos ready to tangle. Tupelo looking to finish off pool play 3-0 in their third ever appearance at the American Legion World Series. And the story for the 49ers has been their offense. They've got 23 hits in 2 games. They've got more hits than any other team at the World Series, and that includes the 6 other teams that have already played 3 games. Think about that. Thompson, McDaniels, Coleman, 1, 2, 3. Wyatt McDaniels is the right fielder cleaning up. No Eli McDaniels. He is getting a breather. Colin Fleury, the DH. Cooper Goff at second. With Caden Bennett in the left. Jacob Matthews catching. And Will Moody at short. Eli McDaniels getting a breather behind the plate. He's at third base, I should say, as the Tupelo 49ers, coached by Russell Bunch, the fourth-year leader of this program that he once played for. And they'll be taking their swings against a righty from California named Dallas.
Dallas West, great name. Fastball around 80, 83. Good conference. What Brad Hansen told me is this kid is really, really smart and would want to be a pitching coach one day. He can be a pitching coach now, he said. So looking forward to watching this kid pitch. Big kid.
And he got sick on the way to the World Series. He's one of their top pitchers, but he's just recovered and now ready to go today. We'll see what he can do against this high-powered offense. And certainly they'll be counting on the defense behind him. Fairfield's only made 2 errors in their first 2 games. It's an alignment that looks like this. Sage Nelson in left, Javon Haynes in center, Cole Rada in right, with A.J. Perrin at third, Jack Armstrong at short, Blake Fussell at second, and Dylan Eddings at first, with Gibby Gibson behind the plate doing the catching for Dallas West.
Well, this California team, Evan, could be really, they could be 2-0. They've had some very good games, played really well.
A 3-2 loss and a 4-2 loss for Brad Hansen, a veteran of over 3,000 games. He's been coaching baseball for over 50 years. He helped start this program in the 80s. They're like Tupelo in their 3rd American Legion World Series, but here in Shelby for the first time. And we are underway on a Sunday night. The athletic center fielder Brody Thompson takes strike 1. This game beginning about an hour late because of the duration of the first 2 games of the day. Certainly plenty of drama. A 4-2 win for Lincoln, Nebraska to punch their tickets into the semis, and then a 4-3 win for Midland, Michigan as they win that pool. And there were the bases loaded, and look, Portland, they knew they would advance if they could lose 4-3. If they had lost 7-3, if there had been a grand slam walk-off, then they could have been eliminated due to the extra runs allowed, but they survive. And now we get to see how Dallas West can fare against this Tupelo offense. Breaking ball misses in, 3-2.
And it's a tough offense to pitch to, I'll tell you.
They're hitting 365 through the first 2 games, 23 hits, including 6 doubles and 3 homers. A leadoff walk for West, and Thompson takes his base. One thing that Tupelo's offense hasn't done that much is walk, Woody. They've only drawn 5 walks in their first 2 games, by far the fewest of any of the teams here in Shelby.
And I would like to know how many times they've struck out, because they do not strike out a lot either.
They've only struck out 10 times in 2 games.
And this may be the best one of them all, and he's only 15 years old, who you were talking about in the opening, Eli McDaniels.
McDaniels was the catcher past couple of games. He's playing at third base today. And he has shown himself to be a marvelous young player. Eli 3 for 8. 2 of his 3 hits have been for 2 bases. He's driven in 4 runs. He's also stolen a base. And he's done a pretty good job behind the plate.
Yes, he did.
West working from the stretch, misses away, 2-1. Coleman's coming up next. Russell Bunch thought that this Tupelo team could be here. He thought early in the season that this was the best team that maybe he's ever had on paper. But he also said on paper doesn't mean anything. They did not have a great start to their season. But then they hosted their tournament in June. Some good opponents, Bossier City, Troy, Alabama, Columbia, Tennessee. They win that tournament. They gain some confidence, some momentum. And here they are. That is in center field. And Javon Haynes lost his cap, but hangs on for out number 1.
Yeah, those are all some good teams that you're talking about that have had a lot of history here at this World Series.
That was the turning point for Tupelo. End of June, they beat some good teams. And They entered today 26-5-1. The tie was the very first game of the season. So 1 on, 1 gone for Jonas Coleman. The regional MVP.
And there's a lot of good guys on this team. You look all the way up and down the roster. All these guys are going somewhere to college, junior college, a lot of them in Mississippi. And then you got Eli McDaniels, this 15-year-old sitting in the 2-hole to go along with him.
Usually in baseball, as Coleman chops it to third, Perrin lost it, recovers, and gets the out at first base. And retiring Jonas Coleman is not the easiest thing to do. In the regional, he batted .667 over the course of 5 ball games.
And was MVP of the regional.
Perrin, the captain of this Fairfield team, recovered there. Strike 1 over the outer edge. Tupelo scored 10 runs in their first game late Thursday night into Friday. And then they defeated Lincoln 7-4 in a game that wasn't quite as close as the final score indicated. It was 6-0 into the latter stages of the game. Lincoln never got the tying run to the plate. Left side, tough play. Armstrong, not going to get him. So it's an infield single for Wyatt McDaniels, and Brody Thompson scurries over to third. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. And that brings up probably the leading candidate for offensive player of the tournament right now. Colin Furry has gone deep not once, not twice, but 3 times in his first 2 games here in Shelby.
Yeah, he's by far the leading candidate for that, and he's had a good World Series so far.
4 for 7, 3 bombs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout for Fleury. Since American Legion format changed to 7-inning games in 2018, only 1 other player has had 3 home runs at the American Legion World Series. So if Fleury gets 1 more, he would hold the modern day record himself.
Last year we broke the American Legion World Series record. We had 37 home runs last year, and I think we're only at 6 or 7 this year.
8.
8.
All Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Have not had a home run yet today. Maybe this pitch.
I know we've had over 100 walks, but
thanks for the reminder, Woody. Thompson reached on the leadoff walk. He's at first base.
106 to be exact.
Tupelo's only drawn 6 of them. The boys from Post 49 looking to strike first in the first. 2-2 from West. That's down and away with a runner going. Here comes the runner from third. Thompson is gonna score. That's a great read by Brody Thompson at third base. He saw Gibby Gibson lost, and he broke, and he scores easily to make it 1-0.
Yeah, when you got the speed like Thompson, you know, he saw him looking for the ball. The ball's away far enough for him to get in, but look at McDaniels, went all the way to third on that also.
McDaniels will get a steal for taking second, and then over to third on a wild pitch. Runner scores on the wild pitch. Bases clear except for the runner at third, and he's going to come in and score as Colin Fleury drives in his 5th run here in Shelby. Hard hit single through the 5-6 hole, scores Wyatt McDaniels, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, that ball was tattooed. I don't think Armstrong gave it a good effort, but I don't think there was any chance on that. This ball got to him quick.
So here's Cooper Goff. Fouls it straight back. The second baseman for Tupelo. Cooper is 3 for 8. All singles here in Shelby.
And the next pitch for Dallas West will be pitch number 25 already.
And Tupelo has made him work. Check swing, they appeal, he did not go. Tony Strata, the home plate umpire. Jay DeSantis at first, Drew Meadows at second, Jim Clayton at third. High pop up, shallow right field. Fussell is out. He needs some help, and he's taken down by Eddings as he makes the catch. An adventurous final out here in the top of the first. But young Blake Fussell does make the catch to retire the side. He's a 2030 graduate, a young kid getting a chance. Let's take a look at the starting 9 for the Fairfield Expos, led by Brad Hansen. Javon Haynes leads off for the third game in a row here in Shelby. Cole Rada in right field bats second, with Jackson Armstrong at short. Sage Nelson's in left cleaning up. Dylan Eddings gets the start at first base. The captain, A.J. Perrin, plays third and bats sixth. In front of Gibby Gibson, the catcher. Aiden Simons, known as A1, he's the DH, hitting eighth. And Blake Fussell, who's about to enter his freshman year of high school. Just finished 8th grade this spring. On track to be a 2030 graduate. And he's at second base, batting ninth against Aiden Strong, who's a strong 6'3" right-hander for this Tupelo squad that's out to the early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, going to play at Etowah Junior College for Slater Lott there.
Javon Haynes has been a tough guy to get out. He's 3 for 6 with a couple of walks as well. 2 singles and a double offensively for Haynes. One of the issues for Fairfield has been stranding base runners. They've had a lot of runners reach, but have had a tough time driving them in. Javon Haynes is going to keep the train rolling.
Well, Brad Hansen told us that we would love watching Haynes play, and he's exactly right. He's had a good World Series.
Let's take a look at the Tupelo defense behind Strong. It's Bennett in left, Thompson in center, and Wyatt McDaniels in right, with Eli McDaniels at third, Will Moody's at short, Cooper Goff at second, Jonas Coleman plays first, And Jacob Matthews getting the start behind the plate. Doing the catching for West. For Strong, I should say, excuse me. Here comes Cole Rada. Rada's another guy that's pretty young, 2027 grad, so that means he'll be going into his senior year. Rada just turned 17 years old this past February.
Yeah, and he wasn't even starting for his high school team, I don't think, and he ended up, they gave him opportunity early in the summer here, and has done well, and he's left him in the lineup.
Beautiful sky overhead as Rada smacks a soft single to shallow right field. Good diving stop over there by Cooper Goff, but no chance to get an out. And the first two runners are aboard for Fairfield.
Well, he didn't hit it hard, but he hit it in the right place.
Which is arguably more important.
Yes, it is.
Looking to bunt, ball one away. Oh, thinking about advancing, but Javon Haynes stays put.
Jack Armstrong going to Shasta Community College. He's had a good World Series. It was fun to watch, good defensively.
2 hits and a walk, also a steal so far. No sign of a bunt there on the 1-0, and now it's 2-0 to Jack Armstrong.
Well, California is going to play it very safe. They're not going to do a whole lot of running, stealing, doing all this. They'll bunt, hit and run.
Three 3-0 to the veteran shortstop. Armstrong has been the starting shortstop for 3 consecutive seasons now for Brad Hansen. Runners lead away, taking most of the way it appeared, and just missed a little high. The bases are loaded for Fairfield here in the last of the first.
Now batting, left fielder Shane Nelson, number 8.
California had a lot of base runners early on Thursday against Lincoln, Nebraska 2, and could not convert. Will that be different here with Sage Nelson at the plate? Nelson 1 for 5. 1 RBI, 1 walk. Sage just celebrated his 18th birthday at the end of July. One and two.
We've had a lot of guys on base early in all the games that I've done today.
Yeah, not a lot of 1, 2, 3
Nah.
innings. An expo on every base. The 2-2 to Nelson. Pop foul off to the right. Aiden Strong about to throw his 18th pitch. He's still looking to record an out.
And I didn't get a chance to talk to Russell Bunch. I didn't, you know, how they're going to handle everything tonight and what they're doing for tomorrow.
That's outside. The count runs full.
We know they have a lot of pitching.
Yeah. He said basically 14 or 15 guys out of their 18
Yeah,
could
can
pitch
pitch.
in a pinch. Payoff pitch. Down the middle for strike 3. Nelson could not pull the trigger.
I'm not sure what he's looking for there, but it was a fastball just right down the middle.
Now batting, first baseman Eddings, number 12.
Here's Dylan Eddings. And a breaking ball for a strike. Catching the outer edge at the knees. All of a sudden, that strikeout, Aiden Strong, ground ball away from potentially getting out of this. Strike 2.
Yeah, and we've seen all day guys get in trouble in the first inning. They're able to get out of it.
Do Legion pitchers throw more curveballs than they used to?
I think everybody throws more breaking balls than they used to. If you start looking at numbers and, you know, less fastballs are thrown in the big leagues also.
Oh, 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 singles and a walk, and now back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah,
2 away.
Yeah, just showing us another fastball. Evan, they're not able to catch up to it.
Third baseman A.J. Perrin, number 15.
A.J. Perrin has been one of the backbones of this team. His 4th year with the Fairfield program. He is the captain. And he's still looking for his first hit here at the American Legion World Series. He's 0 for 5. Has driven in a run. No better time than right now to get off the schneid. A.J. Perrin, one of the 3 college players on this year's young Fairfield team. Hard shot, but right at Moody at short. On to second, and the Expos squander another big opportunity. Bases loaded, nobody out. Fairfield does not score. 2-0 Tupelo.
When we leave the military, it's easy to feel like we're all alone in the world. The uniforms are gone, so it's hard to recognize where those important connections we left behind still reside. But they're everywhere around us. We just have to know where to look. At the American Legion, you'll be surprised that you'll find more than just those brothers and sisters you thought were lost. You'll find community, compassion, and a new mission ahead in your own backyard.
No matter where you are, we're here for you.
Tupelo capitalizes on their first inning chance, and Fairfield does not. So 2-0. Look at the sky that we've got here in Shelby on this Sunday evening, the 99th American Legion World Series at this 50-year-old stadium. A slice of Americana at its best.
Yes, it is. And next year it'll be a lot different. You're going to have turf here next year as soon as this tournament is over. They're going to rip all this up and start putting turf down.
Do you know the details of the plans and what it's going to look like?
I don't. I haven't seen it.
Will the infield be dirt or will the infield be turf?
It'll all be turf. The whole field will be turf.
All turf.
Yeah, the whole field will be
There
turf.
are some fields where it's still infield dirt.
Yeah.
Caden Bennett charges one in the left, and that gets by Nelson out there to give an extra base to Bennett. He's into second. Another leadoff runner aboard for Tupelo, Mississippi.
Now batting, catcher Jacob Matthews, number 10.
Yeah, that's a double.
Yeah. Kind of a bad route to it, but a double.
So here's Jacob Matthews getting an opportunity. The pitcher calls for it. West takes charge and makes the play.
Well, that is a tough one for the catcher because it's just right there in front of home plate, about 10 feet. If it was back a little bit, it'd be easier, but good job by Gibby Gibson getting out there, but West took control.
It's still very warm even at this late 8:30 hour. 88 feels like 95 out there, and you can see it from all these players battling through the heat.
Trust me, I know. I went down after the game to talk to Joseph Duran of Oregon and Dan Cronkite, but it was hot getting down there.
Runner goes, pitch chopped to short. Armstrong to first to get Will Moody by a step. Caden Bennett scoots over to third with 2 away. Woody, tomorrow is scheduled to be the hottest day of the event, with a high of 97, a high feels like of 106. So prepare accordingly. Hydrate a little bit more tonight, perhaps. Brody Thompson fouls one back. Strike 2 in there to Thompson. Steve, in Hartselle, Alabama, it's only a high of 95 tomorrow, so it's a cool day in Hartselle compared to here in Shelby. With a runner at third, 0-2, wave and a miss, and down goes Thompson. Dallas West picks up his first strikeout and works around a leadoff double. After 1.5, 2-0, Tupelo here in the final game of pool play, the American Legion World Series.
Got picked for the Legion team that summer, and really, in all honesty, to me is what really got me noticed. by the scout. Playing in Legion during the summer, you know you're playing against some of the best players in town, best players in the area, and as you move on in the tournaments, probably the best players in the state. And a lot of times those guys may end up being the best players anywhere in the country.
Wise words from Donnie Baseball. Don Mattingly continues to make an impact in the big leagues. And it all started with Legion ball.
Yeah, I played American Legion baseball in Hartselle, Alabama, post 52.
I noticed Jackson Cokes' jersey when he was lining up, as if there was some sort of difference between the number on the back of his jersey and the rest of his teammates.
Yeah, had a flag on, I think, on the two.
Still clearly number 20, so
Yeah.
I appreciate the clear
No,
numerals.
it's just white. I thought it was a flag.
First pitch hunting, and Gibby Gibson pops it up. And a great catch over there by Eli McDaniels.
He's special.
The starting catcher the last couple of days goes to third. And looks like Cal Ripken over there.
He made that look really easy. Went over there, found the wall, found the top of the, just reach over, catch it like it's nothing.
So only one inning for Aiden Strong. Jackson Coker working to Aiden Simons, who's still looking for his first hit here in Shelby. Not coming on that swing. 1-2. Coker, a recent graduate of Tupelo Christian Prep. Stays alive.
Love the look. Got showing a little sock, little leggings.
Swing and a tip into the mitt for strike 3.
And showing us a good curve ball.
I mean, Coker's clearly one of these guys that Russell Bunch said he can go get me 3 outs if I need it.
Yeah. And you said 14 or 15 of these guys could. And that may be what we see all day long.
This is a Tupelo team that is red hot. They've won 19 of their last 20 games. And all of their regional wins, they scored first. Both games here in the World Series in Shelby, they've scored first. And then today, an early 2-0 lead. Blake Fussell, the youngster who was added to this senior Legion roster late in the year due to some injuries to provide some depth, getting an opportunity.
He said he was a 2030 grad.
Yeah. And I might be mistaken, but I think he's the youngest guy here. I don't think any other team has a player that's going to be a freshman this fall. Feel free to correct me if I'm mistaken.
I mean, the other youngest one would be
Maddox Ruiz.
Maddox Ruiz, which has not turned 16 yet.
Ruiz is a 2028.
Yeah,
he's going to be
so
a junior. And Fussel's got himself a base hit out of the 9 spot. Blake Fussell with a moment that will springboard him into his future.
Good for him. He's a young one too. He looks young.
Good looking swing.
Yeah.
Smokes it the opposite way into right field for a 2-out single. And here's Javon Haynes. I mean, I know Javon Haynes has made it out, but I don't feel like he's made it out.
Me either.
Feels like he's always getting on base. Officially, he's 4 for 7 with 2 walks. Two and one.
And I was trying to remember the story Brad Hansen was telling us about Haynes. He had saw him and thought he could make him into a leadoff hitter and wanted to work with him on that, and that's where he's at now.
Haynes swings and misses. Javon was a JV player at Rodriguez High School. Liked him as an outfielder, thought he could develop him. And indeed, he's been a real success story for the Expos. This shot to short is going to be an out, though. Moody flips it to Goff to retire the side, and Haynes is human. At least there's a little bit of evidence to suggest that. Good inning for Coker out of the pen. 2-0 Tupelo as we head to the third.
The American Legion is the oldest and largest veteran service organization in the world. Whether it's on the ground conducting humanitarian efforts, whether it's providing aid to veterans in need, lobbying within our government to make sure that our veterans are getting the benefits they're entitled to, the American Legion is there every single time without fail, all dedicated to the mission. And the mission is our veterans and their families. Consider it today. You are doing your part to support your fellow veterans with your membership alone.
So you've left the military? Congratulations, citizen soldier. You are now alone. But fear not, the American Legion is here to repurpose you for society. Having trouble making friends? Don't worry. Our social training will give you a smile a country mile wide in no time. And add some strength to that shake. Benefits can be confusing. Fortunately, the Legion has mastered the art of paperwork. The American Legion will reintegrate you efficiently, comfortably, inevitably.
The American Legion World Series continues as we head to the third. Tupelo, Mississippi leading Fairfield, California 2-0. Dallas West prepared to face the heart of this Tupelo lineup, starting with the tough Eli McDaniels, who drives one deep to right, sending Rada back. It is gone. Eli McDaniels is a rising superstar.
Well, I think he's maybe one of the best ones here at this American Legion World Series. And wow. Made
On
that
the
look
first pitch.
Yeah. Stays back. Don't move around a lot. I keep talking about that. He's very still at the plate. Wow, his hands.
The first home run on this Sunday here in Shelby.
Pretty swing.
Eli McDaniels. That swing is a sight to behold.
And I think I saw a smile.
He's a 2029.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he's just going to be a sophomore in high school this fall. Have you offered him an all expenses paid trip to Bevel yet?
I'm sure everybody's offering him. But you can see him right there. I haven't seen him smile much. He's always he looks like he's very serious.
All business.
But buddy, he's good.
Russell Bunch said to be his age, playing with these older guys is incredibly impressive. He's just 15 years old. we've seen him clock some balls out to right, but he's a foul line to foul line hitter, can go both ways. Really, really something. It also puts in perspective Blake Fussell, the 2030. You know, he will forever be the answer to the trivia question. Not that many people will care. Here's the 1-2 to Coleman. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jonas goes down, waving, and it's the second strikeout for West. Brings up Wyatt McDaniels, Eli's older brother. The first player to be graduating in the 2030s high school to play at the American Legion World Series, Blake Fussell. Second baseman, youngster for Fairfield. And he got a hit in his first at bat.
Yes, he did.
McDaniels to third. Perrin throws him out. And it brings up Fleury with the bases empty and 2 away.
Well, this Tupelo program in 21, you know, they were here last in 21, and that team then they had was very, very athletic and coached by McKinley Holland.
Yep.
You know, McKinley's a great guy. Very good coach, and I'm sure he's sitting at home right now watching it with his wife and twins.
Fleury hits it to Armstrong at short, and that will retire the side. But Eli McDaniels on the first pitch of the inning detonates. 15-year-old feat makes it 3-0 Tupelo.
School behind you burned out. Communications burned out. Over there you can see the library that's burned out. And you just realize everything is burned out except the American Legion post. I mean, I think I teared up. And Jason and I just decided this is a sign. We're veterans, we're built for this. We're gonna take care of the community, and our Legion post is gonna be our base. This is gonna be the bedrock to rebuild this community.
It's going to be a resource center for people coming, getting counseling, and whatever documents they need to get to be rebuilt.
We want to be a part of the rebuilding process.
Law enforcement and fire are there to make the area safe, but they're not there to represent the people. We're boots on the ground.
The outpouring of support is overwhelming. It's a family.
No matter where you are, we're here for you.
We head to the bottom of the third, a 3-0 Tupelo lead, and a third Tupelo pitcher taking the mound. Will Moody has moved from shortstop to the mound. Starkville High School product. He just graduated.
And he didn't throw at the regional, Evan, but during the regular season, through 4 innings, was 1-0. 5 strikeouts and didn't walk anybody.
So Jax Coker is now going to be the DH, and Braden Lackey goes into the 5 spot in the order and plays shortstop, replacing Colin Fleury. So Lackey is at short as last inning shortstop Moody deals to Cole Rada. A 3-0 lead for Tupelo. Woody, you were saying some stuff during the break that I want you to share with our audience about what you really like about Eli McDaniels at the plate, the way he forms himself, and this ground ball goes to McDaniels, so perfect timing.
Yeah. Well, me as a pitcher, I had to figure out a way to get guys out, and the first thing I watched was their feet. I watched their feet to see if they moved around at all. I don't move around at all. If people didn't move their feet, then I had to look at something else. I looked at your hands.
Rada grounds out. Why do you look at their feet? What are you hoping to learn from seeing? What are they going to do that's going to tip something off?
9 times out of 10, people are moving forward. You know, they pick up their foot. Everybody picks up their foot now, moves, and they're all moving forward, which, you know, moving toward me. And my job as a pitcher is to get your timing off. That's all I care about, to keep you from hitting it hard. But if they're not moving their feet, I'm looking at your hands. I'm going to see where your hands are at. Maybe I can pick up something if they're high, low, you know. And then if you don't move your hands a lot, then I'm in probably deep trouble. You know, guys that, you know, ring a bell, Edgar Martinez and guys like that were very, very still. Albert Pujols. I mean, guys in the big leagues don't move around a lot. You know, people think they do. When they pick their foot up, they're moving a lot, but their head is still.
When you say you're looking at a guy's feet and his hands, when? Is it always or
when he's loading and going to the ball? You know, a lot of times, you know, if you watch Eli, he don't even pick his front foot up off the ground. I love that.
Sky high pop up after the mound visit. Armstrong to Lackey at short. 2 gone.
And it's hard to fool guys like that. You're not going to trick guys. You're not going to see them have a lot of bad swings at pitches. But I tell you what, he can play in college right now. He's going into 10th grade.
Here's Sage Nelson. Takes a strike.
And as you watch him as a catcher, a left-handed hitting catcher like him, wow.
He's going to have a lot of
He's
opportunity.
going to have a lot of opportunities.
Moody has not needed much time to warm up on the mound. Right on cue, he spikes one into the left-handed batter's box.
A lot of arms and legs coming at you.
Nelson struck out with the bases loaded back in the first. Regardless of what happens tonight, Tupelo, Mississippi knows that they're playing at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Regardless of what happens tonight, Fairfield, California knows they are headed home. We're live on ESPNU at 4 o'clock. Mississippi, Oregon, game 1. And then the second game of the semifinal doubleheader, Lincoln, Nebraska, and Midland, Michigan. That drops in. Nelson strikes out looking for the second time. 1-2-3 inning for Will Moody. Only took him 12 pitches. Tupelo, Mississippi has consistently been the strongest team so far here in Shelby.
One of the U.S. military's most iconic vehicles is helping the American Legion on a new mission. In its new campaign, this Humvee is traveling across the nation to engage communities and introduce new audiences to the American Legion. At the end of its journey, one supporter will be able to take it home themselves, thanks to the Drive for Freedom sweepstakes. Visit legion.org/sweepstakes for more information.
If you'd like Steve Woodard to voice your commercial, reach out to Woody at steve.woodard@stevewoodard.com.
There you go.
That's not actually his email address, but you could probably find it. Hey, it's our old producer David Harris in the stands enjoying a ball game with his son Carragher.
Yeah, we had opportunity. He came up here in the booth and visited before the game.
And I really appreciated, Woody, how much you engaged his son as a former Major League player. And he was a little nervous to meet you, as a lot of people are. You're an imposing presence, but you're a teddy bear, and it was cool to see you ask him questions about his baseball career and what positions he plays.
Yeah. He's starting to play player pitch now, starting this fall. Shortstop, wanted to learn how to pitch a little bit. No, but he's a Cubs fan. I was like, well, you probably seen me on TV a lot, giving up home runs.
You have fond or not so fond memories of Wrigley Field?
No, I like Wrigley. I just gave up a lot of home runs there.
Grounded to short. Cooper Goff's throw is high, but a good tag applied by Eddings. I beg your pardon. Armstrong's throw is high. Goff retired anyway. Woody, when you were traveling on the road in the majors, were you a guy after a game that would eat food in the clubhouse? Would you order room service at the hotel? Would you go to a restaurant? What would be your
clubhouse?
Always?
Always.
Because it was free?
It was free and it was good. I mean, it's good. Big league food, good. Spreads are amazing. Heck, now in the big leagues, everybody has a full kitchen with a chef, and you can order whatever you want to order, and it's a lot different than it used to be. Got a barber shop in a lot of them. And
does one visiting ballpark spread stand out most to you? It's like, oh, we're going to San Diego, we're getting, seafood tonight.
Well, when you go to like Anaheim, let's say, for instance, In-N-Out Burger.
Okay.
They always had In-N-Out Burger, for instance, in the clubhouse. You go to, Cincinnati, you got Skyline Chili.
Okay.
Montgomery, yeah.
Chowder in Boston?
Chowder in Boston. Philadelphia, you got
There goes
good
Bennett.
food.
So really, in the visiting clubhouse at Fenway for the visiting team, there was always clam chowder?
They would always have different stuff like that. Yeah, it was, I mean, heck, it's the big leagues. Imagine, I mean, it's you were spoiled. I was lucky.
I spent 7 years broadcasting in the minor leagues. It's a little bit different.
A lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah. The good days are when the clubby would put out the cold cuts. You get the turkey and the cheese, and there's a little panini press, and you can make yourself a little roasted sandwich. I, of course, pretended to be a player and helped myself, as my girth would suggest. Here's the 0-2 to Matthews. That's down low.
Dallas West has done a good job.
Well, Brad Hansen was very excited about him, and he had to drive with one of the assistants from Dallas, Texas.
I forgot how many hours
all the way
it
to
was.
Shelby.
Yeah.
It's a long, long way.
Yeah, he got off the plane, and he was on the plane.
He got on the plane in Dallas as they were connecting, and he wasn't feeling well, and they made him get off the plane. It was quite the saga. But he has a great top of the fourth inning. 2 strikeouts, and he gets the side in order. That's 4 strikeouts now for Dallas West, but he needs some run support. Midway point of this Sunday nightcap through 3.5, 3-0 Tupelo. Tupelo leading Fairfield 3-0 as we head to the last of the fourth, and Russell Bunch continues to go with a new arm each inning. After Strong, Coker, and Moody, it's now Enos's turn. John Patrick Enos, his friends call him JP, and he's a 6'1" right-hander who will be a senior at Tupelo High School this fall.
Yeah, and he didn't throw in the regional, but he threw 6 innings during the regular season and with a 5.8 clip ERA.
Woody, we have seen a lot of great teams come to Shelby through the years, and even teams that struggle here. You could look at the runs that they've had. And what this Tupelo team is doing is different. They outscored their opponents 43-10 in the regional, and they are just cruising past everybody right now. See if they can keep it going tomorrow and Tuesday, but they got to be considered the favorite, considered what we have seen so far. Sure. You add in the offense that they've got today. 3 runs that they've scored, they're outscoring their opponents 20-8. So from the regionals, if you add up the regionals with the World Series, they're outscoring their opponents 63-18, if I did the math right. And these are other state champions, other regional champions.
Right.
Eddings out to left, 1 away.
Well, you go back and look, and we had them the first night, or Phil and I had them the first night, and there was 5. I think they made 5 errors.
It was sloppy.
And they knew they had to cut some of that out and clean it up, but they're good. I mean, very good team. By far, probably the favorite to win this thing.
Doesn't mean they will.
Because you don't play it on paper, but they are hot.
7-inning game tomorrow against a dangerous Portland team.
Yeah. Which is a team that's missing their shortstop. They got hurt, and he had to fly back home. But
Tupelo right now missing their first baseman.
Yeah.
In Edmiston.
Oregon's hoping that Coltman can, catch fire and be ready to go.
Coltman had a few better swings today, but he was still 0 for 4, and he's 1 for 9 in the series.
Completely different than it was last year. He hit over 500 with 3 home runs last year.
Right. Who knows? Maybe he hits 3 home runs the next 2 days.
The Oregon team last year, every person in the lineup could hit the ball out of the ballpark. It was a crazy lineup.
3-2 to Perrin. When you were facing a batter, did it matter to you if they were on a heater or if they were struggling in the way you approached them?
That is a very, very good point. Because we used to have advanced scouts that would go around. You still do. Advanced scouts can go in and look at this team, the series before you play them. And one of the things I always wanted to know that I would ask the advanced scout was who's hot and who's not. Because, baseball's tough. You can throw it down the middle to a big leaguer and you're still going to pop it up sometimes. But who's hot and who's not? Because, when they're not confident, it's a lot easier to get them out.
So you would maybe not nibble as much and go for more of the plate with your command?
Yeah, I wanted to know who would swing. What did they swing at first pitch? Do they swing at a fastball? Do they look breaking ball? What do they swing at? And if it was a free swinger that swung at the first pitch, it's 99% of the time I'm throwing, breaking ball or changeup. Then you had guys like Bobby Abreu, which nobody on here will know who Bobby Abreu is. He played for the Phillies, but he took 80% of first pitches. No matter what they were, he took 80% of them.
So you always looked at that as an opportunity.
Yeah, just right. You're always going to go. Best pitch in baseball is strike 1. And if you can get ahead 0-1, then you can do a lot of other things. But, no matter what pitch you're throwing, you want to be aggressive. that first pitch.
And what if you're facing a guy who's really hot coming into that game?
You always pick out somebody in that lineup. Let's say I was playing the Giants. You know, you don't want Barry Bonds to beat you no matter what anyway. Or you look at the Cardinals or Mark McGwire. You don't want him to beat you. Just pick a guy that you don't, in a situation you will not pitch to him in that certain situation to give him opportunity to beat you.
1-2 to Gibson here with one out in the last of the fourth. Evan Lepler along with former big leaguer Steve Woodard in a 3-0 Tupelo game.
And I think you saw when Barry Bonds, they ended up leading Barry Bonds off at one time just because everybody was walking him. And, well, you lead him off to start the game, you walk him, now got the leadoff guy on, you know.
Was he the scariest guy that you faced standing on the mound?
Well, he was scary. I mean, I got him out some, but I mean, there's other guys I faced that just saw the ball well out of your hand and would hurt you.
So who was
that Glenn Allen Hill for sure. You know, I think everybody knows that. So, but
you guys will forever be linked for the
forever. I don't think anybody hit a ball any further at Wrigley Field than Glenn Allen Hill.
It just landed last week, I heard.
But I even think at this age right here, guys give the hitter too much credit pitchers do, rather than being aggressive in the zone.
Strikeout for Enos. And with a runner aboard, it's Aiden Simons.
A lot of these kids are afraid to throw to contact. That's what's, nowadays you throw, flip on the TV and you're watching a college game, a lot of D1 games, and you got guys throwing 95, and it's ball one, ball two, ball three, walk. It's all about velo, velo, velo rather than pitch.
Do you remember how many times you got Barry Bonds out?
I do not.
I was just told that Bonds went 3 for 5 off you with 1 homer.
I got you.
Do you remember giving up the homer?
Yeah, Candlestick Park.
Do you remember getting him out?
No, not really.
2-1 to Simons.
But I think there's a lost art of being able to throw the ball over the plate and being able to change speeds and, work the corners when you get ahead.
Enos fires. You check the swing, he did. 3-1.
It's close.
Close. Close indeed. Expos looking for a spark. Ooh. Ball on the outside edge, according to the plate umpire, Tony Strada. Simons thought it was ball 4. Another close call. This time goes against him. 3-2 feels just. What'll happen here? Perrin takes off, and there's ball 4. So Enos has issued his second walk of the inning. And here comes the youngster Blake Fussell.
Second baseman, Blake Fussell, number 22.
Fussell has a single in the second. Youngster called up from the Junior Legion ball team late in the year, and a good off-speed pitch there. Enos really pulled the string on that one.
It's a tough pitch.
Strike 2. The first player to compete at the American Legion World Series will be graduating high school in the 2030s. 0-2, missed down low. Fussell on his way to Vacaville High School. .5'8", 150 pounds. He's just 15 years old. And he stays alive, gets a piece. That fastball was only 79, but it looked like 99 compared to the changeup earlier in the AB.
Yeah. He was just able to just get a small piece of that.
Fussell does represent the potential tying run at the plate. And he hits a soft tapper to short. Moody to first, low throw, nice pick. Good stuff from Coleman. And the side is retired. Fairfield base runners in 3 of the first 4 innings, nothing to show for it. Check out this footage from yesterday. High above Keeter Stadium in Shelby, North Carolina, the SSG Clay Stevens U.S. Army parachute team.
Look how little the field is.
The Golden Knights creating an unbelievable scene here at the American Legion World Series.
That's cool.
New pitcher for the Fairfield Expos, Robert Ayers, gets an opportunity. Right-hander, just graduated from Benicia High School.
Yeah, in the regional, he threw 3 innings in the regional. He was 0-1. Walked 2, struck out 1.
J.P. Enos will lead off for Tupelo, Mississippi, after throwing a scoreless bottom of the 4th on the mound.
Good changeup.
Enos batting in the 9th spot. Brody Thompson, back at the top of the order, is on deck. Enos slaps it to first. Eddings takes care of it for the first out here in the 5th.
Gotta love it. Ayers was going to be over there to cover first on that one.
Tupelo, Mississippi knows they'll be back here tomorrow afternoon for a 4 p.m. first pitch. That one fouled back.
And, you know, talking about that, you know, it's tough. You know, I know it's tough. It's got to be tough for some of these Mississippi players to get up for this game because they know it don't mean a lot. They know they're playing tomorrow at 4.
Javon Haynes charging in, lost his cap again, but he's got the out. Well, look, while this game doesn't matter in the standings for placement and advancement, this is an opportunity for all of these kids to A, compete at the American Legion World Series, and B, for a lot of these kids, this might be the nicest stadium they ever get to play in, under the lights, ESPN, the great Steve Woodard on the call. I mean, what more could you ask for aside from stakes? But this is just a special opportunity for all these kids.
But you said the word right, compete. You know, no matter what you're doing, I mean, no matter what I'm doing, I do not want to lose. I hate to lose.
I look forward to you bringing that attitude to the pickleball courts tomorrow morning.
And then I won't be here tomorrow night because I won't be able to walk.
Three and 0 to McDaniels. There's the strike. Dallas West went 4 innings. Allowed 4 hits and 3 runs. One of those was courtesy of Eli McDaniels. To lead off the 3rd inning on the very first pitch, see ya. Just the 9th home run we've seen in the 12 pool play games here in Shelby. And his teammate Colin Fleury has 3 of them. So of the 9 home runs we've seen, 4 of the 9 are from Tupelo. McDaniels takes the walk and trots down to first.
I love it. Somebody's taught him how to play this game right. Just drops his bat right in the batter's box and runs to first.
A little hard to believe it's the first time he's walked here at the World Series. It's not Jonas Coleman who's coming to bat next. It is Ethan Cates. Cates, a recent grad of Moorville High School. One of the 5 Moorville players on this Tupelo team. A 1 swing drive toward the gap in left center. This is trouble for Fairfield. Eli McDaniels, can he run well, Woody? Yeah, he can. Comes all the way around to score. It's a double for Ethan Cates. Pinch hitting and making it 4-0.
Wow, pinch hitting here at the World Series, and remember that. And I tell you what, Eli McDaniels got all the way around from first on that double.
And just you were wondering if Eli McDaniels had that tool. We know he could defend. We know he could throw. We know he can hit for power and average.
He can do it all.
Can he run? Yeah, he can run too. Oh my. Wyatt McDaniels unloads deep to left. Nelson watches it go. It's a 2-run bomb for Wyatt. Both McDaniels brothers have gone yard here on Sunday night in Shelby.
That was a no-doubter for sure right there.
And now Tupelo's hit 5 of the 10 home runs we've seen in pool play. They just continue to bash. He knew it.
But I'm going to give him credit. He just dropped his bat and ran.
Deep into the night.
Well, we know that's probably...
Lackey on the ground is short, and a good play over there by Armstrong to get out of the inning. But some 2-out thunder before The inning concludes, and now Mississippi opens up a 6-0 lead over Fairfield.
Be willing to show up for your veteran, your friend, your loved one. Be willing to trust your gut, follow your heart, take a risk. Be the one willing to ask, to guess wrong, to even offend another, to keep them safe, to remind them that they are valuable. If you know a veteran, be the one to reach out and make them a part of your life.
You file your VA claims yet?
What?
Your VA claims, you file them yet?
Oh, no.
Well, don't worry, son. We got a guy around here that can fill out VA claims like a cowboy rides a Mustang.
And when they drag their feet,
We don't.
hey, here's to Lee for being out, but not doing it alone.
Yeah!
No matter where you are, we're here for you.
Well, we've been talking about how Eli McDaniels can do it all, and now he's going to step to the mound and show a little bit more of what he can do.
Well,
Russell Bunch continues to go 1 inning per pitcher, which will keep everybody available as long as they stay under 30 pitches for tomorrow's semifinal. Eli McDaniels, a homer and a walk, a couple runs scored. His big brother Wyatt just hit a 2-run blast to extend the lead.
and it says he pitched 0 innings during the regular season. He didn't pitch in the regional, so not sure if that's correct, but I'm sure he can do it.
Javon Haynes bunts foul up the third base line. Fairfield looking to show a little fight here. They're down to their last 9 outs as they try to find a way to get back in this game. Woody, what do you see from Eli McDaniels when he winds and deals?
Pretty daggone good mechanics.
Haynes strikes out for the first time here in Shelby, and it's Eli McDaniels who strikes him out. Just to go through all the substitutions and pitching changes, J.D. Whitaker replaces Brody Thompson in the lineup batting first, and he's in left. McDaniels moved from third base to the mound. Ethan Cates remained in the game at first base after pinch hitting for Jonas Coleman. Caden Bennett now playing center field in the Thompson spot, and J.P. Enos goes over to third base. Up the middle, off Moody's glove, and Cole Rada, if it scored a hit, has his second hit of the game. E6, tough crowd. So Rada reaches on the Moody error at short. 1-on-1 gone, last of the fifth. Jackson Armstrong steps in. What do we got? Oh, ball from the bullpen may have come onto the field down the left field line.
Catcher threw it over the pitcher's head.
There are no seats down there. It can't be a beach ball delay. You ever get really frustrated by like a beach ball delay during a major league game?
I don't know if I've ever had that. I've had somebody run on the field and run all the way from the outfield and made it all the way to home plate before. But
were they clothed?
Yeah, they were clothed.
Okay.
Yeah. And they stood. Went up to home plate. I was in Baltimore. Ran up to home plate and stood like I was. And I act like I threw it to them. Went up and stood as a hitter. I don't even know how they made it that far.
2026 security has probably changed a little bit.
Yeah, it ain't happening. No, his mechanic, I mean, good mechanics. Thing is, I mean, he's going to be a catcher, I'm assuming. I mean, he's goodness, left-handed hitting catcher. I mean, catching is the most important position on the field.
Hammered foul down the left field line by Armstrong. I don't disagree with what you said, but I'm not sure that is appreciated enough. That catcher is the most important position on the field.
Tell you what, it takes a lot of, you got to be special to be a catcher. To be able to handle the game, handle pitchers.
And worry about your offense.
And then, you know, getting beat up every day.
Yeah. Armstrong walks, first and second, one out. Sage Nelson has struck out looking twice, which is not what you want from your cleanup hitter. See if he can make amends here with runners aboard. Dickon Matthews filling in for Eli McDaniels as the catcher. Heads out to the mound for a quick chat with Eli. Part of me wishes we could just like go in a time machine and see what Eli McDaniels is doing in 5 years.
100%.
And look, baseball is a game of failure. The best players ever go through rough spells, and on the journey upward, everybody has slumps. Everybody has moments when they're not sure, even the top prospects. But it's fun to see a guy as young and as bright as Eli McDaniels is in so many different facets of the game.
Well, the one thing about him is his swing is already, I mean, it's beautiful. And it's just going to get better and better the more reps he gets, the more pitches he sees. Because the one thing about his stance and his swing, it's repeatable. He can repeat it. And when you can repeat it and you can do it over and over again and repeat it, you're not gonna have a lot of those slumps.
One, two, good breaking ball, and Nelson just hasn't been his day. He strikes out for the third time. 2 gone here in the 5th. It's up to Dylan Eddings here for Fairfield. 2 on, 2 gone. Stadium scoreboard only has 1 out, but our graphic is correct. There are 2 outs. Haynes and Nelson both struck out this inning. Rada reached on the error. Armstrong walked. And this should end the inning. Cooper Goff puts it away. Side retired. Fairfield leaves 2 more runners on base. We go to the 6th with Tupelo, Mississippi in front 6-zip. here at Keeter Stadium under the lights on a Sunday evening. Semifinal Monday is on the horizon. Tupelo, Mississippi and Portland, Oregon at 4. Midland, Michigan versus Lincoln, Nebraska at 7. Both games live on ESPNU. Winners move on to Tuesday's title tilt. New pitcher for Fairfield, number 13, Donnie Hernandez. 5'9", 250-pound lefty who will take over after West went the first 4, and then Ayers gave up a few runs in the 5th.
And Hernandez threw 1 inning at the regional there in California.
So Donovan Hernandez getting a lecture from third base umpire Jim Clayton. Any idea what that was about?
Not really.
Leading off the top of the 6th, Tupelo, Mississippi, second baseman, Cooper Goff, number 8.
Another impressive game here for Tupelo. A game that they did not need to win. They know they're going to be playing in the first semifinal tomorrow. They'll be the home team in that game. I'm remembering that correctly, right? There's the winner of each pool gets to be the home team in the semi, right?
Yeah.
If the 2 pool winners advance, it'll be a coin flip for the finals.
Yes.
They don't let you flip the coin, do they?
No, I don't get to flip the coin. Actually, when they're doing the first day when they're in there, and every morning. So JJ flips the coin, and then it's the odd person out when they're doing it. So, and it can go on a few minutes, a few times flipping it, and whoever matches and, or don't match with him. But JJ's a part of the coin flip in the coaches' meetings.
JJ, official American Legion statistician, who has, I think, been taking stats for Legion ball since 1973, somewhere around there.
Yeah. How many years is that?
That would be 53 years ago.
Yeah. It's a long time.
Also the last time the New York Knicks won the NBA championship before this year. Cooper Goff skies to right field for out number 1 here in the 6th. Russell Bunch was telling me yesterday that he's got a lot of guys in the dugout that he'd love to put in the lineup. He's getting a chance to put some of those different guys in today, and they're contributing. And even without Braden Edmiston, this offense hasn't missed a beat. Anything can happen in the semis and finals, single elimination, 7-inning games, but this Tupelo team has inarguably been the best offensive team.
Well,
and they've arguably been the best defensive pitching team.
They have.
Other than the 5 errors on Thursday.
And I mean, really the only thing you can contribute that to is it was after midnight. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and the ground.
Extraordinary circumstances.
It was wet, muddy. But the 21 team that was here, man, they had some great players on that team. I can remember that. I think I remember a guy named Kai Holiday.
Jacob Matthews has his first hit of the World Series, and it's misplayed out in right, and both runners will move up, and that almost gets away from the shortstop. Second and third, 1 out. Matthews has a single.
Just didn't get his glove down on the ground.
Every fielder's worst nightmare.
I don't know if you remember that or not. I think it was Kyle Holiday. It was a quarterback maybe, and he passed for, I mean, tons and tons of yards as a quarterback. It was really, really good.
Enos takes ball 1 high
Now batting, third baseman, John Patrick number 12.
A chance to extend the Mississippi lead with another base hit here. Or just a fly ball. Or just a ground ball up the middle, because the infield is back in a 6-0 game. And yet for Donovan Hernandez, this is a experience that he will never forget. Pitching here at the American Legion World Series. Really looking forward to tomorrow. The way it's worked out, Tupelo versus Portland, Midland versus Lincoln, potential for 2 really great games.
Yes, it is.
That's ball 4 to load the bases. But it's not Thompson at the top of the lineup anymore. It is Whitaker.
And we may see a new pitcher.
Makes me want to go watch an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. You watch Curb?
Never. I've never even. No, never
Woody.
even heard of it.
Woody.
We will see a new pitcher.
I'm just thinking of Larry David shaking his head at you right now. Bases loaded. Pitching change. So Hernandez's outing comes to an end after facing just 4 batters. He gets 1 out and then surrenders a couple singles and a walk. And Royce Baker takes over on the mound. He is just a junior this fall at Rodriguez High School. Young right-hander will try to work out of this mess.
Yeah, we've seen him at first base most of the week, you know, the other 2 games, but he threw 1 inning, or excuse me, 3 innings in the regional there in California.
So here's John Daly Whitaker. His friends call him JD. And he hits a double play ball to short. Double play. And that's a job well done by Royce Baker.
Pitcher's best friend.
1 pitch, 2 outs for Baker. And Tupelo strands the bases loaded. We head to the last of the 6th with Fairfield trailing 6-0. back here at Keeter Stadium. To the bottom of the 6th we go. The 6th different pitcher of the game for Tupelo, Mississippi is Cooper Goff. And what a day it would be if Tupelo could go 7 different pitchers and shut out a good Fairfield team that's gotten base runners on in almost every inning. It's astonishing that the Fairfield Expos only have 4 runs so far in the 20 innings that they've played. 19 innings, I suppose, before we get to the bottom of the 6th. In those 19 innings, they left 20 runners on base. They've left 13 in scoring position. They are just 2 for 24 with men in scoring position at the plate. They've had so many opportunities, and the clutch hit, they just haven't been able to find it.
2 for 24. There's Brad Hansen right there. How about him?
They came from behind so many times on their way here. That took a nice hop off the mound, and A.J. Perrins retired. You don't often get hops like that, so tailor-made off the bump. That's a Lackey at short, taking advantage of the good bounce. Gibby Gibson, he's still looking for his first hit.
How about our man right there, Evan?
Well, half a century coaching baseball and an incredible life, and
over 3,000 games coached.
And he wouldn't be here if his father wasn't rescued after getting shot down in World War II and rescued on a moonless night by a boat. And an incredible life. He's got daughters and granddaughters and a great granddaughter. He's got 1 grandson. That's a nice throw from Lackey.
For sure. A lot of great stories from him. He actually coached, player coach of his high school baseball team when he was in like 8th grade, all the way through.
I don't know if he coached the high school team when he was
did.
in 8th grade.
Me and him had 8th all the way up. Him and his player, because I asked that same question when he told me it. He was the player coach.
Yeah. Small town. He grew up on a dairy farm in rural Maine after he was born in Weymouth, Mass.
Worked at Anheuser-Busch for 32 years.
Yeah, shipping and packaging manager.
And then retired to build a baseball field, which he did, is where the regional's been held at nearly for the last 10 years.
And another reason he retired was to give more time to the baseball team, the Expos, that he founded as a Babe Ruth team in 1983. 3 years later, turned him into a Legion ball team. Part of a thrilling game at the World Series in 1993, going against a Miami team that had Alex Rodriguez on it.
Yeah. Then again in 97. And that was their last time in the World Series.
Yep.
97. Very good man. Loves American Legion baseball.
And he'd love it even more if his team could have gotten a clutch hit, because they could very easily be 2-0 right now instead of 0-2.
Right. But they're young, very young.
They lost 4-2. They lost 3-2. And today they've had the bases loaded in the 1st. They've had 2 runners on in the 4th and the 5th.
But they did beat League City, Texas to get here, which is one of the familiar faces that we always see here at this American Legion World Series.
Despite the fact that they were down, they rallied for 4 runs with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. They won 4-3. They were down 2-0 with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the top of the 7th. They found a way to eliminate League City. Improbably, miraculously.
But well, Asa Sampson, which we all know his name here at this American Legion World Series, ran out of pitches. got to his 105 limit and had to come out, and that's when that's when everything changed.
Blake Fussell batting in the 9 spot, getting an opportunity, takes a strike. Of course, Brad is listed as the team manager. Officially on the roster, the head coach, Ray Canavicio, who played for Brad and has been by his side as right-hand man for a long time. Ray Canavicio has worked the graveyard shift at Amazon just so he has the time to also coach the baseball team. Also the VP of the Fairfield Expos Baseball Association. And a bright future ahead, a lot of youth. There's Ray. Here's the 1-2 upstairs. Fairfield in Solana County, California, about 45 miles northeast of San Francisco. Fussell up the middle, sneaks it through for his second hit.
Well, he'll remember this night.
Blake Fussell on his way to being a freshman in high school. In the history of American Legion baseball, I can't imagine there have been many, if any, guys this young who have gotten 2 hits in a World Series game.
No.
Good for him. Jackson Haynes takes one high and inside. Now Cooper Goff with a little bit of pressure on his shoulders here. He's trying to preserve the shutout. Aiden Strong, Jackson Coker, Will Moody, J.P. Enos, Eli McDaniels, they all threw scoreless innings. Now Cooper Goff trying to do the same. And if he does, it'll be yet another runners on base opportunity that goes unfulfilled for Fairfield.
And there was some crazy number too with left on base today with New Hampshire over the year. They averaged like 15 guys left on base.
It's a good curveball, and it's 2-2, and Haynes. When we go to the top of the 7th, Eli McDaniels is scheduled to lead off, so that should be fun. 2-2, fouled off, unless we get a pinch hitter. If there's anybody else on Russell Bunch's bench, on the Bunch bench, that he wants to get in the game. Two. Haynes lays off. See if Jackson Haynes can get a hold of one here. Runners off, and ball 4 misses low. So the bases are loaded again for Fairfield. To put it mildly, they are due. And if Colorado could get a hold of one, this game could be 6-4 and feel very different very quickly. But instead, he grounds it meagerly to Goff at second. And the Expos once again go quietly despite having 3 runners on base. The frustration continues for the Expos. It's now 23 left on. 2 for 25 with runners in scoring position.
You don't like the chicken dance, Evan?
Chicken dance has never really been my jam, Woody. You?
No.
How do you feel about the Macarena?
You know, I was never really a good dancer. I've been, it's funny, I got my wife a present several years ago, 5 years ago, and it was a thing about dancing where we could dance and like do some stuff together and learn how to dance. Well, she can dance, I can't. But we finally 5 years later just started trying it. So
yeah,
yeah.
First pitch swinging. Cade Lott batting instead of McDaniels, and he pops out on one pitch. So one gone here in the top of the seventh. Tell me more. I want to hear more about these dancing lessons.
Just like learning to just do little dances, like go to a wedding or you go to, you know, it's not like Dancing with the Stars or anything, but
should be.
Twinkle Toes,
It
I guess
could
I am.
be. Oh, Ethan Cates deep to left. And it's down for extra bases. Dug out of there. Cates into second.
2 for 2.
Bunch's bench lightening it up. Should have said Bunch's bench bopping and bashing. So you're not big on the chicken dance. Macarena you seem indifferent to. How do you feel about YMCA?
I mean, YMCA is good.
Electric slide?
I don't know about electric slide. I can't country line dance or anything either, but
there's another one I have in my mind, but the name of it is eluding me right now to ask you about. The one that ends cha-cha real smooth?
I can't do that.
I need Dylan, the producer, to help me out. Because Dylan is a connoisseur of all of these ballpark dances. The cha-cha slide?
No, I can't.
No? Did you have warm-up music that you selected yourself for when you were taking the mound?
Yeah, and when I was starting, it was Sweet Home Alabama.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You know, and then coming out of the bullpen, it was Creed, Higher.
Can you take me higher?
And just for the very fact that
Hope they don't sue me.
Well, it's just that I was around those guys some and had opportunity and
cool.
Didn't even know who that crap they was, and then started listening to some of their music. And
I like it. It always amused me working in minor league baseball that some players would be very particular about getting their music played when they were at bat, and like the people that worked running the video board and audio board, they were accommodating to a point, but like sometimes there's a ballpark promotion that like they're not able to play, and they're like, why don't you worry about not grounding into double plays instead of what music? He's out at first. Picked him off.
Caught off guard there.
So that's the life in the minor league baseball front office versus the mindset of a ball player where the only thing that matters is your music.
He snuck in there behind him.
Blocking first base.
No, the minor leagues was a lot of fun. You know, talking about promotions in between innings, we had when I played in A-ball, below it snappers, we had a snapping turtle as our mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the snapping turtle would run around in the bottom of the second inning. It'd come running from first base dugout all the way to third base dugout. And if we could hit it, our pitching coach would give us $100 if we could hit the turtle in between innings.
If you could hit it with what?
The baseball warming up. And nobody could ever hit the turtle. because it'd come running by and we'd try to hit the turtle. Nobody could hit the sucker.
You'd be aiming for the turtle? I don't understand. I need more.
Like throwing a wild pitch and hitting the turtle, like Bull Durham hitting the bull. You know, like.
So you would intentionally throw a wild pitch during your warm-up pitches when he was crossing the home plate area to try to hit the turtle?
Yeah, people, you get $100 for it if you could do it. Nobody could do it. It was a big turtle.
Fly ball to center field.
The minor leagues.
It's a shame that the inning is over because I have so many more questions. So many questions, so little time. Woody's going to go look for a snapping turtle to plunk.
No matter where you are, we're here for you.
In the history of the American Legion World Series, I can't imagine there have been too many times that we've seen 7 different pitchers collaborate for a shutout. But that is what this Tupelo, Mississippi team is trying to finish off here. And it's Caden Bennett, who started the game at left, then moved to center, now takes over on the mound after Strong, Coker, Moody, Enos, McDaniels, and Goff each went 1 scoreless inning apiece. It's only been one 1-2-3 inning in the bunch. That was Moody who got the side in order in the 3rd. Fairfield has had base runners in every other inning and have not been able to come up with a clutch hit to drive in a run.
Well, Caden Bennett's only threw 1 inning all year in American Legion.
A 1-1 up and in. It's 1-2. That was a 0-2 pitch, excuse me. Chopper over the mound and booted by the shortstop. So Tupelo's shortstop right now is Lackey, and Armstrong able to reach on the error. Second Mississippi error on the scoreboard. Got a chance to make amends. 6-4. Just 6-4.
Did the runner slide at second? I was trying to. I thought he about hit him with the ball. Maybe I'm trying to understand why he was not double play, automatic.
Fairfield down to their final 2 outs in what was an unlikely trip to the American Legion World Series. Their journey's going to come to an end after 3 pool play games.
Let's look at this again here, Evan. See. Well, he did. He got down. Okay. About 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah, he slid a little bit short. 2 balls, no strikes to Dylan Eddings. And he drives one deep to left. Is that going to go? Yes! Fairfield's on the board. Dylan Eddings creates a memory with a 2-run homer in the 7th.
And you're right, Evan, something I'll always remember.
He got all of this one. So there were 8 home runs in the first 11 games, and we've seen 3 home runs in this game. McDaniels brothers, and then Eddings joins the party. (6-2) game. We talked about Fairfield's unlikely comeback. They were down 2-0 with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the regional. Here they were down 6-0 with 1 out. Be an interesting argument to have if they were able to come back here about which would be the crazier comeback. Down 2 runs with 2 strikes and 2 outs, or down 6 runs with only 1 out and no strikes.
Both are big. Both are hard to believe.
That is probably the right answer.
And I was a part of one of the biggest comebacks ever with the Indians and Mariners. I guess it was 2000 or 2001. I forgot how many runs it was, but it's one of the top, I know, top 2 or 3 biggest comebacks ever in Major League Baseball history.
You pitch in the game?
No, I didn't pitch in the game.
But you remember it.
I remember the game. I was a part, I was with the Indians.
Ooh, fastball off the helmet. Don't think it was intentional, just think it's a pitch that got away.
Got away for sure.
Caden Bennett walking over just to make sure he's okay. You could hear the ball crack off the helmet.
Yeah.
Now batting catcher, number 9.
Off the ear flap. Almost hit him in the face.
They had somebody at the regional that was over in Cherryville. They got hit right in the right in the face. Tough. Not a lot of people wear the a lot. You'll see some, but not a lot wear the flap. The Carlos.
Yeah.
John Carlos Stanton.
Foul back by Gibson. Gibby Gibson still looking for his first hit of the American Legion Series. He is 0 for 6. He has walked 3 times. And that will end it. A line out to short on to first to finish the game, and Tupelo wins 6-2. That concludes pool play at the 99th American Legion World Series. Tupelo moving on to tomorrow's semifinal. They'll play Portland, Oregon at 4 o'clock, and then later in the evening, Lincoln, Nebraska against Midland, Michigan. Winners advance to Tuesday's final. Great to spend some time with Brad Hansen and get to see his young Expos team compete, but they will fall short of the Final Four, which starts tomorrow, Woody.
Yeah, congratulations to Brad Hansen and California for getting here. And I'm looking forward to watching Tupelo. It's going to be hard to beat, I'm telling you. So looking forward to those matchups tomorrow and getting back after it in semifinals.
Feels like Mississippi is playing the best right now, but momentum in baseball, as you well know, is as good as next day's starting pitcher. We'll see who Russell Bunch decides to throw, who Joe Duran counters with, and then tomorrow night, Dan Cronkrite's Midland Berry Hill squad against Michael Lonnick's Lincoln, Nebraska team. That'll wrap up our Sunday triple header coverage from Keeter Stadium in Shelby. Mississippi wins the nightcap 6-2 over California. For Steve Woodard, I'm Evan Leffler saying good night. We'll see you tomorrow.